Hey friend, it's Simply T again, and it is finally the weekend. Yes, y'all, we made it to the weekend. So I realized that even though a couple of you have been asking me about how I achieve one of my favorite colors of all time, I never actually showed this process from scratch in my last video. So if you want to see a step-by-step process of how I turn a 613 wig to this copper gorgeous ginger color, keep watching. So, I went a little crazy on my Black Friday shopping spree, and I picked up this really cool 4x4 silky straight closure wig from AFSISTERWIGs.com. It isn't that thick. I just wanted something simple because I'm still getting used to working with closure wigs because I'm more of a frontal girl. So I figured I would pick up a 613 from AF Sister Wig and give them a shot. And what you see is something similar to my last video where I just sprinkled some salt into my boiling hot water right before I add my 3 bottles of Cajun spice from Kiss Colors, just so the color can stick a little bit better. And of course, after I add each bottle to the hot water, I go ahead and mix it properly. I don't want any clumps and I don't want any green ends like the last time. Now, before I mix any more bottles of color into the water mixture, I'm just going to test to see how dark it is with some paper towel first. And I'm trying something different this time, and I'm actually going in with the color ginger just for a little golden orange effect in my hair. I want some dimensions, so I picked up this color too. Now for me, this is where the magic happens. This is my favorite color of all time. This is of course the cinnamon color, which is a more dark brick red color from the Kiss Colors line. And I just love that deep red dimension that it adds to the watercolor for this method. I'm going for a very poison ivy look. If you know who that is, you better know who that is. If not, go back and Google it. Now, to make this a little bit easier on myself, I like to pre-soak my wig in some water before I add it to the watercolor mixture. I just realized that the color penetrates the hair shaft a little bit easier when it's already wet, so I did that off camera, and you just see me kind of mixing it in, letting it sit in, and I like the color so far. But as you can see, the new color that I added to this process, the golden, made it a little more yellowish and orange than I would like. So I'm just dipping the hair in and out, just trying to deepen that color and get more of the red on it. So after one more bottle of cinnamon in the water, I let my wig soak in the mixture for about an hour before rinsing it off with some cool water and deep conditioning it in a plastic bag for another hour. Now listen friend, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was tired by the end of the color process. So instead of blow drying the hair, I let it air dry overnight. So now I'm just going to go through, add some heat serum and straighten it. But before I do, I want to tackle this super thick hairline by spraying some water and going through each row and tweezing it starting from the back. So now that I've plucked away my hairline and the part that I want for this look, I'm just waxing it and molding it down with the wax stick that came with the order. And I'm going to run through the hair in 4 sections with my hot comb before I flat iron it, just to help get that more bone straight effect. Alright, I'm ready to mold my bald cap down and get this meltdown started. I'm running over the front and the center of my ball cap with a little bit more of that Kiss cream foundation in the color Rich Mahogany. I'm also going to go ahead and add some of that same cream foundation to the bottom of my lace on the inside of the cap and a little bit on top as well. Now before I tie my closure wig down to make it a little more flatter and finish this style, I'm going to run through with about 3 layers of my wig adhesive right underneath the lace and tie it down. Now, even though I'm dealing with the closure, which is a whole lot smaller of an area space than a frontal, I still want to lay this lace and this hair down as flat as I possibly can. So I'm running through my front of the wig with a little warm heat with my blow dryer, and of course I tied it down with an elastic band before cutting it. Okay, listen, I'm not even going to tell you how late in the middle of the night it was at this point, but I just wanted to make sure that I glued down any other parts that were still lifted after me cutting the lace and wrapping my hair up before I finally took myself to bed. And here it is. This is the finished look. Of course, I did not bother flattening it any further with my flat iron because I had to go to bed. But if you want to see some of the other things I'll be trying with this closure wig this weekend, make sure you stay tuned to this channel and my Instagram page for more. As always, friend, I appreciate you stopping by my channel, clicking play, and vibing out with me. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notification bell. I'll see you soon.